Alright, look. Last week my buddy shows me his Tinder. 847 likes. Zero matches that actually message back. 847. The man's a software engineer, works out 4 times a week, volunteers at animal shelters on weekends, and he's sitting there asking me what's wrong with him. Nothing's wrong with him. Nothing's wrong with you either. You're playing a game where the house always wins, and nobody told you the casino owns your self-esteem now. I'm about to tell you something that took me way too long to figure out, something that'll probably piss you off once it clicks. But stick with me for like, I don't know, 10 minutes? Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. And yeah, before you ask, I'm single too. So I'm not some relationship guru selling you a course. I'm just a dude who finally realized why everything feels so exhausting lately. You ever notice how your grandfather tells stories about meeting your grandmother? It's always like, I saw her at the dance hall, asked her father if I could walk her home, we got married 6 months later, had 4 kids, the end. Meanwhile, you're out here analyzing whether using a semicolon in your Hinge prompt makes you seem pretentious. We went from, hey, want to grab a milkshake, to needing a PhD in behavioral psychology just to get a text back. And if you're watching this at 2 a.m. because you can't sleep, yeah, I see you. You already know something's broken. Here's what nobody wants to admit. Dating apps aren't failing. They're working exactly as designed. Think about it. Tinder's worth billions. Hinge is owned by the same company. Bumble's stock price? Through the roof. You think they got there by successfully getting people off their apps? That's like expecting a casino to genuinely want you to win big and never come back. Oh, and if you're enjoying this existential crisis so far, maybe hit that like button? Not because YouTube told me to ask. Honestly, the algorithm already knows you're lonely. It recommended this video, didn't it? Just, I don't know, solidarity or whatever, but here's where it gets worse. And I mean, this is the part that kept me up for 3 nights straight when I realized it. We're not just using these apps wrong. We've let them rewire what we think we deserve. My roommate, great guy, genuinely hilarious, makes killer pasta. He told me last week he's maybe a 6'7" on a good day. Brother, you're comparing yourself to dudes who pay photographers $500 to take shirtless pics on boats they don't own. You're not a 6. You're a human being competing against marketing campaigns. See, here's what happened, and this is where it gets kinda nerdy, but stay with me. We killed something called third places. First place is home, second is work, third was everything else. Bowling alleys, coffee shops where you actually talk to people, basketball courts, places where you could just exist around other humans without paying a subscription fee. Now we pay $39.99 a month for Tinder Platinum to show our face to strangers who are pooping. That's not connection. That's a slot machine that uses your loneliness as currency. Want some numbers that'll mess with your head? The average guy, gets a match rate of 0.6% on dating apps. That means you could swipe right on 1,000 profiles and get 6 matches. Maybe. But here's the kicker. Those same apps show you the most attractive profiles first, on purpose. It's called engagement optimization. They're literally showing you people out of your league to keep you swiping, hoping, paying. It's like going to a Ferrari dealership when you've got a Honda budget, except the salesman keeps whispering, maybe though, maybe. You know what's wild? Your great-grandfather probably had worse teeth, worse hygiene, and definitely worse conversation skills than you. Dude probably thought romance was not dying of polio, and he still figured it out, because he didn't have 10,000 other options, making him feel like his actual real human option wasn't good enough. I'm gonna be real with you for a second. Last year I matched with this girl. We talked for 3 weeks. 3 whole weeks. Paragraphs back and forth, inside jokes, the whole thing. Set up a date. She ghosted the day before. And you know what I did? I blamed myself. Went through our entire conversation looking for where I messed up. Maybe I used too many exclamation points, not enough. Should I have suggested coffee instead of lunch? Took me 2 months to realize, bro, she probably just met someone else, or got busy, or her ex texted, or literally any of a million reasons that had nothing to do with me being defective. But that's what these apps do. They make everything feel like a performance review where you're always failing. And don't even get me started on the beauty standards thing. You've got 22-year-old dudes worried about their canthal tilt and jaw-to-chin ratio. My brother in Christ, you're not applying to be a marble statue. You know what most people actually want? Someone who laughs at their dumb jokes and remembers they hate pickles. That's it. That's literally it. But now everyone's convinced they need to look like they were designed by a committee of Instagram photographers. Actually, let me ask you something, and drop this in the comments because I'm genuinely curious. When's the last time you met someone romantically without an app? Like, in the wild? At a grocery store? Through friends? Because I've got a theory that we're all so afraid of being creepy now that we won't even make eye contact in public anymore. But okay, I promised this wouldn't just be depressing. So here's the plot twist. You're not broken, the system is. And once you realize that, once you really get that, you can stop playing by their rules. Here's what I started doing, and I swear this changed everything. I deleted the apps for 1 month, just one. And instead, I did one social thing per week. Didn't matter what. Trivia night at a bar, rock climbing gym. Hell, I went to a pottery class where I was the only dude under 60. You know what happened? Nothing. I didn't meet anyone, but I also didn't spend 3 hours a day feeling like garbage about myself. And that was worth everything. The pottery was terrible, by the way. Looked like a drunk toddler made it. But this 67-year-old woman named Gladys said it had character, so now it holds my keys. Gladys knows what's up. Look, I'm not saying delete all apps forever. I'm not saying modern dating isn't hard. It is. It's brutal out here. But you gotta remember, these companies profit from your insecurity. They literally make money by convincing you that you're not enough, while dangling the promise that maybe, if you pay a little more, swipe a little longer, optimize your profile just right, maybe then you'll be worthy of love. That's not dating. That's psychological warfare with a monthly subscription. So here's my challenge. And yeah, tell me in the comments if you actually do this. This week, have one genuine conversation with someone in real life. Doesn't have to be romantic. Just talk to a human whose face isn't on a screen. Remember what that feels like. Because I guarantee you, you're more interesting, more attractive, more worthy than any algorithm will ever let you believe. Remember my buddy from the beginning? The 847 likes guy? He joined a running club last month, met nobody, but he did run his first 10K, posted about it on Instagram. This girl from his high school reached out, said she was training for a half marathon. They're getting coffee Tuesday. No algorithm, no premium subscription, just two people who remembered each other exist. You're not a profile. You're not a set of stats. You're not a swipe. You're a complete person who deserves connection without having to compete in the Hunger Games of modern dating. And if you needed to hear that today, well, there it is. Now go touch grass or something. Literally, it's good for you. Peace.